Harriet Harriet Tubman was a perfect example of someone who was connected to her source. She's a perfect example of someone who was not defined by her environment, no matter what anybody told her. I mean, she was a slave, and it was only due to this connection of self, connecting to a source that's saying you're more than what society is defining you as. So here you have, Harriet Tubman, and then in her left ear you have slave master, right? And he has a whip. He has, what do you say, like all entourage of people who share similar beliefs, and they're telling her that you're a slave, you're subhuman, Negro, you don't have rights, and she was hit over her head so many times, like physically abused, just to remind her to stay in her place. I mean, I think, I mean, she had amnesia. To my understanding, she even had memory loss because she was hit in the head so many times. The only thing they didn't do was, you know, throw a kitchen sink at her. And but on the right side of her, it's called many different names. We'll call it, for her, it was divine intervention. I call it the source, creator. Other people call it God, Allah, whatever you choose to call this source that tells you that you are more than your environment. You're more than what's going on the left side. I'm going to show you who you are, and you are no less than anybody else, despite what your society is telling you. Your society needs to catch up to what it is that I say, and that's, we're all created equal. So we're gonna have this visual, like we'll say, like universal law is what creator is giving her, like, which is saying abundance is for all. Abundance is for all. There is no qualms about that, right? And on the right, on the left side, we're going to have something called earthbound rules. And the earthbound rules are, well, abundance is for some, only some. And we're going to keep you in your place in order to make sure that those rules, which are rules, and they'll say they're laws, but they're really rules. After all, rules are meant to be broken. So she had to make that choice every single day, that she listened to what's happening in her left ear, or does she listen to what's happening in her right ear? And I'm just using this as a simple diagram, but who's in your ear? Who do you serve? Who is your master? And in order to connect to your source, you have to be able to make that decision. Harriet Tubman had to make that decision every single day of her life. Who do I serve? Creator, divine intervention, whatever you want to call it. You need to connect to your source. Your source is greater than any earthbound rule, any earthbound law.